Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. Today is Talk About It Tuesday, and we're going to continue the theme on the Lord's Prayer. Yesterday, we talked about when we go to God, we address Him as Father, our Heavenly Father who art in heaven. We can address Him personally because He created us personally. He is our Creator, and hallowed be His name. His name is holy. We need to go to Him in just this awe, this reverence of who He is. And today we're going to talk about verse 10 of chapter 6. Right after that verse, it says, "Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven." Friends, God's will is best. And He knows your tomorrow. He knows your next week. He knows your next month, next year. We can go to Him and we can trust Him. But understand here, if you look at the prayer here chronologically, and if we address God personally, and we address His reverence and just His awe and just who He is, the next thing that we can do, and what Jesus says here, is not to ask for requests or our petitions to God, but really submitting ourselves and saying, God, let your will be done. And I know that's so much easier to say than to do. We all go through trials and opposition. And maybe there's something that you've gone to God with and said, hey, God, I trust you. But you know what? Maybe you just need somebody to pray with you about. I just had an opportunity to do that yesterday. Somebody obviously trusts God and then they went to God first, but then they just went to me and just this sadness and just, I don't understand. When we go through things that we don't understand, our job isn't to understand them. Our job is to trust God. But we need to have the right people in our life to lift us up in prayer. So the challenge and encouragement today is to find maybe a spiritual leader in your life that you can go to for prayer and say, you know what, I just need prayer for this. Maybe you understand that God's will is best, but that doesn't mean that you won't doubt, that you don't have any fear, that you don't have any worry of this uncertainty of what's going on in your life. And I don't know what's going on in your life, but there are some people in your life that God has placed and positioned that they can be there for you. And you know what? God has placed and positioned you to be that for someone else as well. And so let's go to someone, or let's have somebody come to us, and let's be that encouragement, understanding to lift them up and say, you know what? God's way is best. And sometimes it's just freeing when we just have that conversation. We just kind of share that with one another. And so let that be an encouragement to you today. May God bless you, and thank you for tuning in today. Make sure to check out tomorrow for another daily dose for spiritual growth.